right. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the Dumela America podcast. I'm your host, Dominick Tao, and we've got a special event going on here today at the U.S. Ambassador's residence. We have with us some volleyball players, some of the best in America, some of the best in Botswana. And I'd like to introduce our guests. We have Kellee and Jestinah. Good morning. Could you, starting with you, Jestinah, could you tell us a little bit about, your sport, what you play, and why we're having this little get-together between American and Botswana athletes?
Hi guys, I am Jestinah, a national team volleyball player, and I also play for BDF VI. And recently we have been crowned the champions of Botswana National Volleyball 2024.
Congratulations, that's huge. So who did you have to beat to get there? Like, what was the biggest challenge of that?
We had to beat Police 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were the previous champions.
Congrats. And Kellee, tell us a little bit. You came all the way from America, right? Just yesterday or a day or two ago?
Came in yesterday.
Wow. Okay. And tell us a little bit about yourself. What school do you go to, and what brings you here to this engagement between American and Botswana volleyball players?
Yes. I've always wanted to come to Africa. I am a libero at Virginia State University, Hale State. I don't know, volleyball is it's very easy to make connections worldwide. We hope to get volleyball up and running, like make it a major sport here in Botswana. Right. And making connections with people internationally is what we're here for.
Yeah. And so I would love to hear about how you each got started in this sport, right? Because, it's, people have options, people choose, and people take paths in life that take them to certain places. Where you're at the, top of volleyball in America. You probably know most of the players at your level, right? And probably the same with you. And I'm curious to hear from each of you. What was your path to getting there, to that particular level of play?
At first, I loved playing football. And then one day when I was in primary school, there was this other teacher who approached me saying that, "Hi Jess, you are tall, so I need you to come and play volleyball." And that's how I started my journey playing volleyball.
Wow. And so I'm sure after that start, though, something kept you doing it, right?
Yes.
What was that thing?
I enjoyed hanging around with a lot of people, and I enjoyed traveling with volleyball most of the time, because by then ladies football was really noticed well. But in volleyball, I got to travel and make friends, and it brought up my confidence in sports.
Awesome. That's amazing. Kellee, how about you?
I started out, I quit all my other sports.
So you were a multi-sport athlete?
I did soccer, cheerleading, gymnastics. Never played basketball, but I got into volleyball one day. My mom put me in the clinic. Funny story, I got hit in the face, right here, square in the face. And I was just like, I'm going to go back out there. I'm not going to get hit in the face again. And after that, I never quit. I've been playing ball for 12 years now.
Wow. And what was it about, what would you say your keys to success have been at, starting, like continuing through to the point where, are you a scholarship player on your team? Right. So basically, for those who don't know, I'm not sure, people are aware that athletes at a certain level in America, you get your tuition paid for all the way. What was that process like? What was it? And what helped you get to that point?
I played AAU volleyball, travel, club, whatever you want to call it. And college coaches, they look at that when you get to about, 15, 16. That's when they start looking at you.
So you're always auditioning, right?
Pretty much. You're always at a tournament. College coaches are there. They're watching you. You're on their radar.
Jestinah, is that similar in Botswana? People are always watching?
Yeah.
Ready? Yeah.
Yeah, my coach. A lot of players my age, we end up going to camps. I went to a camp at a college in the U.S. and my coach was there, and we just connected. She said she liked the way I played, and I made my decision where I wanted to go to school.
That's terrific. Well, and so over the next couple days, could you tell our audience what are you going to be up to? What are you going to be doing?
We play today. We're going to be going on a safari in Kasane. Is that how you say it? Kasane. Is that how you say it? Yes, Kasane. Yes. We're going on a rhino safari, a water safari. We're going sightseeing in Francistown. Is that how you say it? Yes. Yeah. Safaris and sightseeing.
Nice. So it's going to be one of those sort of like work hard, play hard deals.
Yes.
You play, you see, like a big exhibition tour where and you're playing games against. Are you playing today?
We're not
against
play,
each other.
Not against each other today.
Okay. All right.
Not today.
When is the game? If people want to come down and watch, where can I direct them?
We might play tomorrow or the day after that.
All right, we'll get it and put the schedule on here so people will be able to come on down.
And you can watch it live. We're live streaming.
Brilliant.
Yes, we are.
All right, well, Jestinah, Kellee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're here with some very special guests who came all the way from the United States with Deitre, Collins Parker, and Logan Tom, who are some of America's past, former best volleyball players and two-time Olympian. Both of you are Olympians, and competing across decades, which I've true. You know, it's starting with the Seoul Olympics with you, Deitre, right?
Yes.
And Logan, you competed in the Beijing Olympics.
Yeah, my first one was Sydney.
And
then Athens, Beijing, then London.
Wow. And so, what brings you both here to Botswana?
Amazing country. I've heard a lot about it, obviously. And what an amazing opportunity to just be a part of what Ring of Promotions does and bringing these girls out to see countries. And we've been blessed to travel the world, but we know that not everybody gets those opportunities. So for these young women to get to come do this and be a part of them, just experiencing all that Botswana has to offer, is, I think, just an amazing opportunity you can't turn down.
And Deitre, you're a coach currently?
I am in the process of retiring from coaching, but I have coached for 30 years, yes.
Can you tell us a little about when you're here, when you're experiencing a new country with a new set of athletes and interactions? What is rewarding about that?
Oh my gosh.
And coming to a new place, new people?
That's, I have to go back, and I think that when both my college and my professional and Olympic career, my coaches did a great job of, when we traveled to new countries, making sure we understood where we were going, the culture of that country, and learn much about it. And when I became a coach myself, I decided that was something that I really wanted to impart on my athletes. I wanted them to have the opportunity to do things that they may not get to do had they not played volleyball. And so, to me, that's what this is, right? This is an opportunity for these young women to do something that, if they weren't involved in sport, may not have had an opportunity to do something, to come to an embassy. Not everybody can knock on the door and come into an embassy, or at least they don't know if they can or not, right? So these experiences are once in a lifetime, and again, volleyball is just the avenue
all that.
Yes, to all of that. And as a coach, that gives you joy to see people learn and grow from the experiences and more than just the sport. Of course,
I love that perspective. Yeah. And Logan, so could you tell us a little bit about what you do in the United States when you're not traveling the world doing engagements like this?
A big part of my job is traveling. So like Deitre said, we've been both very fortunate to have volleyball sport bring that into our lives at such a young age. But when I'm in the States right now, I work with the BDF, Professional Volleyball Federation, under the league, not for a specific team. And then also Deitre works for the San Diego Mojo, which is one of our teams. And that's my primary job right now. Before that, I was coaching. Before coaching, I was playing. So it's just kind of stayed in volleyball.
Reflecting on, what drives you to keep going out into the world and do what you do. That's not easy. You're giving up your home life, your routine to do stuff like this, in the context of your sport, but there's more to it than that, as Deitre was saying a little bit. Is that the same for you?
Yeah, 100%. I have been used to traveling because I started at such a young age. I'm probably more comfortable
traveling and moving than I am being stagnant in one place. So that's part of it. Another reason is I just really enjoy cultures and people, to understand them, to go. And that's a big reason why I want to come on this trip, because I've never experienced this part of Africa. And everybody that I know that has come here and come back has nothing but amazing things to say about it.
Could you tell us a little bit about what's in store between Bring It Promotions, the American players, the international counterparts who are here? What's happening over the next week or so?
Well, there's going to be clinics. I know there's going to be games between 8 different teams, I believe, throughout their stay here. We'll move here after we stay here. We'll go to Zimbabwe. There'll be a few safaris in between.
Yeah, right.
So
Clinics and safaris.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good time.
And what goes into a clinic? Sorry to interrupt. Just for those who are unfamiliar with just sports and what goes into it. What happens at a clinic? One of these clinics that you're putting on.
Teaching, and I have to say we're kind of on the outskirts of the clinic part, just helping the coaches. But I think Corey's done a great job of putting a set of coaches together. And I'm going to digress a little bit, because I think bringing a historical Black college here is something very new, even for the Black colleges to have an opportunity like this. So for them to just kind of work alongside the young athletes and kind of show things how we do in the States. That's a typical clinic, right? Anywhere that you go, that you're just teaching the skills and helping just kind of build a little more understanding of the game and advancing them to another level of play.
What are some things in these, especially these international exchanges? For teams that might not always play with the diverse international audience, what are some of the things you might have seen to improve both directions in that exchange, like new skills one team internationally is doing and another might benefit from?
Well, I think especially coming from separate countries, separate cultures, different coaching styles, everybody watch and learn. You can, when they play against each other, they can. So a big way that I learned how to play volleyball was a lot of looking and then mimicking. And then going through that process and finding out what works for me.
Right, yeah.
So, obviously we have different athletes here, so they can pick up skills in a certain way or see how it's done in a different way that they might not have known before.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you. I won't take up any more of your time. You're playing games today, right? Or practices?
Games today.
Wow. So, well, thank you for coming by, stopping by the U.S. Embassy, engaging with us. As I said, in the earlier little ceremony thing that we did, these types of exchanges, in my view, I'm a public diplomacy officer with the, serving America abroad. When we can connect Americans like each of you with a foreign, a public, in this case, Botswana, and for them to meet Americans doing the exact same things that they're doing, that they're passionate about, that makes my day. It's why, I think American diplomacy is some of the best in the world, because, you can come and do these things, but we want to really promote it and give you as much of a platform as possible for stuff like this. So thank you both.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks,
That's
Tom.
been awesome.